A single move in Japan could unlock massive institutional adoption for XRP, and it's already in motion. Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Crypto Update. In today's video, we will talk about XRP. So be sure to stay focused, as you surely don't want to miss out on this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. For years, one of the most consistent patterns in the crypto space has been the deep and growing connection between Ripple and Japan. This is not something new that just started recently. If you go all the way back to March 2nd, 2017, the relationship was already forming in a serious way. And since then, that connection has only become stronger, more structured, and far more strategic. When you really analyze everything happening today, it becomes clear that Japan is not just another market for Ripple. It's one of the most important regions driving real adoption of the XRP ledger and XRP itself. At the center of this entire ecosystem is SBI. This is one of the most powerful financial groups in Japan, and its partnership with Ripple through SBI Ripple Asia has played a major role in pushing blockchain adoption forward. This isn't just about experimentation anymore. This is about building real financial infrastructure using distributed ledger technology, not only in Japan but across Asia. And when you look at every major development, XRP and the XRP ledger are almost always involved in some way. Now, let's focus on what has been happening recently, because this is where things start to get very interesting. Going back to the summer of 2025, Japan made a major move by preparing to approve yen-pegged stablecoins. That alone was a huge step forward, but it didn't stop there. On October 27th, a Tokyo-based fintech company launched a yen-backed stablecoin on Ethereum and Polygon. This shows that the demand for digital assets in Japan is not just theoretical, it's real, and it's growing fast. But here's where things take another level. Around the same time, there were discussions involving SBI and Ripple about bringing RLUSD into Japan in early 2026. This is critical, because once a regulated, fully backed stablecoin like RLUSD enters a market like Japan, it opens the door for massive institutional usage. And if you think one step ahead, it's not hard to imagine a yen-based stablecoin eventually being introduced on the XRP ledger as well. That would be a natural progression, considering Ripple's strong position in the region. And Japan has not just been casually involved in this space. Ripple has been building in Japan for over a decade. This is long-term positioning. This is strategic expansion. And when you combine that with the scale of Japan's financial system, the impact becomes massive. Now think about what happens after stablecoins are introduced. That's when the real transformation begins, because stablecoins are just the foundation. After that comes large-scale payment integration, faster settlement systems, and the ability to move value globally with extreme efficiency. The XRP ledger is perfectly positioned for this because of its speed, cost efficiency, and scalability. We also can't ignore the historical context. Back in 2017, there was a major announcement involving 47 Japanese banks moving toward using Ripple's technology. That was a huge signal at the time. Now, while we don't have full confirmation on how many of those banks are still actively involved today, we do know that SBI remains deeply committed to Ripple and continues to push adoption forward. And that brings us to more recent developments. At the end of last year, Ripple expanded its presence in Japan through new partnerships with major banks. The goal was simple: accelerate adoption of the XRP ledger and strengthen its position in the financial sector. This is not speculation. This is active expansion. Then in February, another key update came out. SBI Ripple Asia partnered with DSRV Labs to research blockchain-based remittances between Japan and Korea. And importantly, they are exploring the XRP ledger as the core infrastructure for this system. This is a major signal. Cross-border payments are one of the biggest use cases for blockchain, and XRP has always been positioned as a solution in this area. But one of the biggest announcements came with the completion of a token issuance platform by SBI Ripple Asia on the XRP ledger. This is huge. This platform allows businesses to issue and manage tokens directly on the blockchain while integrating with their existing applications and websites through APIs. That means companies don't have to rebuild everything from scratch. They can simply plug into the system. And this is where mass adoption truly begins, because users don't even need to realize they are using blockchain technology. They continue using the same apps and services, but everything in the background becomes faster, cheaper, and more efficient. This kind of seamless integration is exactly how new technology scales globally. On top of that, the platform is designed to comply with Japan's financial regulations, specifically around prepaid payment instruments. This ensures that everything operates within a legal framework, which is critical for institutional adoption. At the same time, Japan's government is showing strong support for integrating crypto into the financial system. The country is clearly positioning itself as a leader in this space, and we are now seeing real actions backing that vision. Another major development is the Bank of Japan exploring blockchain for settling bank reserves. This is not just a pilot for digital currency anymore. This is about testing blockchain inside core financial infrastructure. If systems like the XRP ledger are considered for this, it could open the door to an entirely new level of adoption. And just recently, Japan announced that it is exploring domestic interbank settlements using stablecoins. Even though Ripple or XRP were not directly mentioned, the connection is hard to ignore. If RLUSD or a future yen-based stablecoin becomes active in Japan, it could easily become part of these systems. All of this points to one clear direction. Japan is going all in on crypto, stablecoins, and tokenization. This is not a temporary trend. This is a long-term shift in how financial systems operate. And when you look at Ripple's position in Japan, it's difficult to imagine a future where XRP and the XRP ledger are not deeply integrated into this transformation. Stablecoins moving on-chain will unlock massive opportunities, from global FX markets to lending, payroll systems, and cross-border treasury flows. What we are witnessing right now may not seem dramatic on the surface, but these are the foundational steps. These are the moments that in hindsight, people will look back on and say, that's when everything started to change. SBI continues to push forward, Ripple continues to expand, Japan continues to embrace blockchain technology, and the XRP ledger continues to sit at the center of it all. This is bigger than a single announcement. This is the early stage of a financial shift happening in real time. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on XRP? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you.